Hey everyone, welcome back to the Listicle. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about smartphones of 2025, the Samsung Galaxy Z TriFold. This is Samsung's boldest experiment yet, a TriFold device that promises to blur the line between phone, tablet, and even a mini laptop. You might have seen early impressions online, but in this video, we're breaking down build quality, performance, camera, battery, software, use cases, pros and cons, and whether it's worth the premium price. Let's get into it. The Samsung Galaxy Z TriFold is exactly what it sounds like, a smartphone with three foldable display panels. Unfolded, it becomes a 10-inch tablet-sized canvas, and when folded twice, it compresses back into a pocketable 6.5-inch smartphone. This unique trifold mechanism is a major evolution beyond standard bifold devices like the Galaxy Z Fold series, and it's designed to give you the utility of a tablet without carrying two devices. When folded, you get a traditional phone experience with the external display, and when fully open, it feels like a flagship tablet with a massive screen that's perfect for productivity, media consumption, and multitasking. The idea is simple, one device that does it all. Starting with design, the TriFold measures roughly 3.9 millimeters at its thinnest point when fully open, and about 12.4 to 12.9 millimeters when folded with all three panels stacked. That's impressively thin for what is essentially three screens folded into one device, but it does mean it feels heavier and thicker than a typical phone in hand. The build quality feels premium. Samsung uses armor aluminum and reinforced polymers to keep weight reasonable while also trying to protect the intricate hinge system. There's also a dual-rail titanium hinge system designed for durability and smoother folding action, plus built-in warnings if you fold it incorrectly. However, even with premium materials, there are trade-offs. Some early impressions from users suggest the large internal screen can feel less solid than traditional displays, and holding it with one hand, especially in folded mode, feels more cumbersome than a standard phone. Let's talk displays. There are two primary screens here. The 6.5-inch outer display for mobile use and the 10-inch inner fold-out display for tablet-like experiences. Both panels use dynamic AMOLED tech and support up to 120 Hz refresh rates, so visuals are bright and smooth in all modes. Samsung has also improved brightness levels and added protective layers over the foldable display to minimize damage. The internal screen is gorgeous in everyday use, vibrant colors, deep blacks, and a huge canvas for multitasking. One of the best features is how Samsung's software lets you run multiple apps side by side, resize windows, and use the screen more like a workspace than a phone. This is where the device feels like a legitimate productivity tool, but it's not perfect. Some users have reported the inner panel brightness is lower than expected, and the screen's material itself can feel softer and potentially more vulnerable than traditional glass, something to keep in mind for long-term durability. Under the hood, the Galaxy Z TriFold is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy chipset paired with 16 GB of RAM. This flagship silicon ensures you're getting top-tier performance for everything from gaming and video editing to multitasking with multiple apps. Storage options start at 512 GB and go up to 1 TB. So you won't be struggling for space either. You also get modern connectivity like 5G, Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 5.4, and UWB, along with stereo speakers that are tuned for balanced sound. From a performance perspective, the device punches well above its weight class, especially in productivity and media tasks. That said, this performance boost comes with some trade-offs, and we'll get into that when we talk about battery life. The TriFold borrows the same camera setup as the Galaxy Z Fold 7, a 200-megapixel wide camera, 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10-megapixel telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom. It also has 10-megapixel selfie cameras on both the cover and inner display. The main camera is excellent, fast to focus with good dynamic range, but the telephoto and ultra-wide are solid yet not class-leading compared to dedicated camera flagship phones. So if your priority is photography, you might find some limitations here. Video recording supports up to 4K at 60 frames per second and even 8K at 30 frames per second, with the main sensor plenty for creators who want to shoot content on the go. But again, the overall camera system is good without disrupting the top-tier camera phones in its price range. One of the biggest challenges for a device like this is power. Samsung packed in a 5,600 mAh battery, which is the largest ever in a Samsung foldable. That sounds huge, but powering a 10-inch screen and multiple panels is draining. In real-world heavy use, expect 8-9 hours of active use, which is decent, but you'll likely need a midday top-up if you're out and about all day. Charging support includes 45-watt wired, 15-watt wireless, and reverse wireless charging. The 45-watt wired charger gives you faster fills but isn't quite as fast as some flagship competitors that go beyond 65-watt or 80-watt speeds. Still, it's a respectable package. Software is where the Galaxy Z TriFold really shines. Samsung optimized One UI to take advantage of this massive foldable screen. You can run multiple apps side by side, resize windows, drag and drop content between apps, and even use something similar to desktop-style workflows, especially with Samsung DeX. It's one of the most productive experiences you can get on a mobile device today, and it opens up new possibilities for professionals, students, and creators who need real multitasking on the go. That said, TriFold workflows aren't always intuitive at first. Users transitioning from traditional phones or even standard foldables may need time to adapt to how best to organize apps and workspace layouts. Now let's talk pricing. This is premium tech. In South Korea, the device launched at approximately 3,594,000 won, which is around $2,400, $2,500 USD, and rumors say it could be as high as $2,999 in the United States. That's seriously expensive for a smartphone, and it puts the TriFold near the price range of a high-end laptop or tablet plus a phone combined. It's currently rolling out in select markets like Korea and will expand to the US, China, and other regions in early 2026. Given the high price, limited initial availability, and niche appeal, this is clearly aimed at enthusiasts, early adopters, and productivity-oriented users, not the average smartphone buyer. So what's the bottom line? The Samsung Galaxy Z TriFold is ambitious, futuristic, and inspiring. It pushes the boundaries of what a phone can be and opens up new ways to multitask, create, and consume content. Its performance, software, and display experience are fantastic. There's no denying that. But it's not perfect. The battery life, camera system, one-handed usability, and price tag are clear compromises, and for many users that could be a deal breaker. If you need productivity and cutting-edge innovation, this might be the device for you. But if you're after the best all-around smartphone camera or extreme battery life, you might wait for the next generation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Samsung Galaxy Z TriFold, hit that like button, subscribe for more tech reviews, and let us know in the comments, would you buy a TriFold phone? Catch you in the next video.